Hello, I'm XSleeker, and this is Seed Sunday, the weekly series on my channel where I show you seeds Minecraft console edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week's seed is for Minecraft Windows 10/PE/Xbox, and it's a particularly interesting one because I found it while looking for the comments. Someone said it was an all-structure seed, and I was like, that doesn't really exist on this version, and it doesn't. But what I found instead was quite fascinating because there is two villages within eye distance of spawn. You can see them just over there, but also as well as that, there's a bunch of ravines, and there's a bunch of mineshafts linking into those ravines. And in fact, one of those mineshafts, or a lot of those mineshafts together, it's hard to be certain, seem to link into this mega mineshaft, and you won't believe just how big and just how long this thing goes on for until you do see it. So I figured into this video, why not show off this seed with its physics glitches, its villages, its ravines, its mineshafts, and all the free golden apples you could ever want. So hopefully you do all enjoy me showing it off. Like this if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and it's you do like Seed Sunday, but if you want to know the seed, it's going to be on screen right now, and it came in from Logan Connor, if I'm not mistaken, so big thank you to him for sharing the seed, even though it was something else. But either way, I did find the seed, I did check it out, and I found this stuff instead. So let's go to the very first part of the seed, the most important part of any seed, I feel like, and that's when there's fun physics errors. So again, this will only really error your, it will only error your phone, or it'll only error your Xbox in terms of slowing down the frame rate massively, because when the, when this ravine spawned here, it spawned with a bunch of sand above it. So if you just punch a single block of sand anywhere in this area, it's going to start a massive chain reaction, which again, it won't slow you down too much, but it will slow you down quite a bit. So let me show you what I mean by that, by just punching a block right here. As you can see, a bunch of sand falls, they will turn into entities, and it's a pretty slow little thing. Same thing can happen over here, and you can see the game slows down just a little bit for that. If you do them at the same time, you can really slow stuff down. I really love it when gravel or sand spawns above just a big gap like this, because when you punch it into there, you get this fascinating kind of effect. Also, another fascinating effect you might notice is because this ravine goes below the ocean, there's just like some big blocks here because that's the ocean just over there, and it's kind of weird when you see like a pure right angle in the ravine, but that's something you can see in this one. Like, it literally just cuts it off right there. It's strange stuff, but that's because of the way the ocean generates. So let's move on to the next part that this seed has going on, because it's not just like a ravine and a couple of villages, although those couple of villages are pretty interesting and worth checking out, because if you go to the north of the spawn, again, it's hard to really work out directions. All you need to know is that when you spawn in, you're going to have a ocean just over in this direction. We'll just go the opposite way to that ocean, and you'll end up at the NPC villages. So again, it's kind of, I know it's kind of sucks that, like, oh yeah, you can't properly use coordinates in survival, and, I really do get that, but, you can really see this one from spawn if you have a decent rend distance, so just head straight this way. If you don't see it, then head the opposite way to your ocean, and you'll eventually end up in this village right here. So this village is interesting, not only because it's got some flooded beaches and, like, some of it's out here in the, the ocean a little bit, but also because it's actually two villages connected, or almost connected, by this little thing right here. There's a river between them, but you could connect these two villages yourself. Also, look, there's a pathway. Literally, it's just some random wood flowing over here, because that's how villages work in this version. But yeah, basically, as you can see, villages on this version are quite fascinating. There's been a zombie attack recently, so that's a thing. And also, this village will also contain a blacksmith chest. So the blacksmith chest is pretty interesting because it does contain all these apples, which means if you like golden apples and the free ones in the seed aren't good enough for you, you can make extra ones there. Also, iron chestplate, iron boots, good stuff, just good armor all the way around. And then also, if we head to the south of this place, because again, this is a pretty great place for a village to spawn. It's two villages, kind of like opposing islands. You can do a bunch of stuff with this. Like, I see the inspiration and like, oh yeah, link them up is the easiest thing to do. If you don't link them up, you can make like a village war, have you be over here, a friend be over there. If you don't like that even, just make one village fancy and kind of have like the peasant village nearby. I'm just saying, there's a bunch of ideas I see in this, and maybe you do as well. And again, two villages next to each other, always a fun, rare thing that you don't really see in other versions beside this one. So taking advantage of the brand new version like that. And then also, as you can see, just to the west of that, or just over here to that, again, this direction, you'd actually be able to see that there is this huge kind of like, like a spruce forest, like it's a taiga biome, but it's a taiga biome interspersed with a lot of, ocean. You didn't really see this much before, or lakes at the very least. You didn't see this much before, but now you get this really unique feeling biome, and yeah, it has like fallen trees, it has like barely grown trees, and it has a lot of water around it. So again, new type of biome really altogether. And also, one of the things about this like kind of weird biome type is that if we go to, like there's a sudden ravine thing over here, so next to a fallen tree. Find the fallen tree, and you'll find the ravine. There's kind of like half a ravine here that links right into one of these oceans. So, as you can see, only one bit of water falls down there, but all it takes is a few blocks, which again, I mean, who can resist just doing this once or twice, and then suddenly you can turn this into like a waterfall into the ravine, and as you can see, you jump down just like that, and you can survive a massive fall down about 30 blocks. Once you go those 30 blocks, you'll find just one simple way into a abandoned mineshaft. I mean, you can go through here to get one, but there's one directly in the ravine too, and once you do this, so we're going to quickly just drink the nitrogen potion. so we can see properly in there. Once you do drink the thing, then if you go into this entrance, then you'll see just how long this abandoned mineshaft goes on for. So as well as going on this direction for a little bit, not really too much, but it goes this direction for about like 20-30 blocks, where you can find a diamond, you can find a golden apple, as well as torches, because those are important. We can also head the entirely opposite direction, as you can see right here, and you'll find yourself stuff like the abandoned mob spawner, the cave spider spawner. You can keep heading this way, you'll find another cave spider spawner. If you keep heading even further than that, you just see this like ridiculously long mineshaft, because I believe there's multiple mineshafts here, all which spawn on top of each other, and all which lead into weird places like this, for instance, which is a spider spawner inside the thing, gives you 2 enchanted books, that's fire aspect, and that's respiration in this case, as well as a bunch more gold, so that's kind of fun. But also you'll find a bunch of free chests, and you'll find just so much abandoned mineshaft to explore. Like, when it comes to abandoned mineshafts, this is an intense one. It could just be that, like, they're all intense, and the ones I found so far just weren't, but this is so much more intense than any abandoned mineshaft on either the Java version or on the console version, and the fact that we can see this, what's happening right here? Yeah, the fact that we can see this like this is really quite a cool thing, and it means you have this just big exploration challenge if you do want to head here in survival and get those golden apples. Like I said, there's a bunch of them around the place. It's hard to like point out the exact ones because I went in a different direction this time, but you can see just looking around that there's so much abandoned mineshaft. It almost looks like the infinite abandoned mineshaft from console and Java, which doesn't work in this version, by the way. But still, the fact that you can see all of this going in every direction is just a really ridiculously nutty thing. And yeah, you can even see where there's like fence posts from the previous mineshaft in here too. It's just kind of crazy like that. So yeah, we can keep heading this way if we'd like to, and you know what, we will do that just for a little bit, just to show you how far in this direction it goes, because we found that mineshaft, but that was sorry, we found the mob spawner, but you can keep on going further even than that, and you can just go and go and go and go, and as long as you're navigating it correctly, it will just keep on letting you. I don't know how many blocks this goes ahead, but it's somewhere in the 400s, because once you get to a certain point, you find yourself in a ravine, and then it connects up with another abandoned mineshaft, or 2 abandoned mineshafts, one here at the end, again, has a golden apple, if I'm not mistaken. Is it this one? Yep, golden apple and that's just 2, so we get another golden apple, and then you can use this to link into this abandoned mineshaft, which, would you guess it, eventually goes back to the same, like, endless series of, you know, things, which you can keep on exploring to your heart's content. So, also there's just a lot of gravel, like, floating free in the air here, so maybe that's your thing, maybe it's not. But the fact that there's so much abandoned mineshaft to explore in every direction makes this abandoned mineshaft one of the better ones in the game, because it really is a thing about exploration. Also, look, another, oh no, this is just lapis lazuli this time. But, so you find a bunch of golden apples around here. There's so many minecart chests, like, that I found on the last time. Like, I'm going in an entirely different direction, just the first time here, and I'm still seeing so much stuff, and yeah, that's the potential you find in this sort of thing. And while we're talking about abandoned mineshafts, because, again, this is like, it's a fascinating thing by itself, just because it is an abandoned mineshaft, which goes on for so long, which it just keeps on going, by the way. If we actually break our way out there, let's show you how far, by the way, we came from where we came in. We went through all these different directions, we've explored for so much, and now we went from being over there, way, way back near the spawn, to being all the way over here, and it still keeps on going, by the way. But yeah, if you look to very specific points, I measured one in particular, just over here, you'll actually be able to see that there's stuff like, oh yeah, well this is an abandoned mineshaft which crossed over into a mob spawner, but then destroyed the mob spawner. So you can see, this is the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen, and you also get a chest which has 2 golden apples in there, because 2 golden apples are the price of 1. So yeah, long story short on this abandoned mineshaft and the seed in general is it's pretty oh wait, actually, hey, look at that. It's pretty crazy. It goes all over the place. It seems to just be a lot of mineshafts which intermingled with each other. And if you, oh, okay, we broke that chest, and there's a diamond in there. Isn't that wonderful? So yeah, we. Is it 1 diamond? It's 1 diamond. But yeah, basically, there's just a lot of stuff intermingled with each other, which gives you so many opportunities for exploring. It gives you so many opportunities to find weird stuff just all over the place. And honestly, this is the abandoned mineshaft experience of like, I don't know what's coming around the corner. I've got to be worried, because in survival, you have no idea what's coming around you. There's so many mob spawners. There's so many different things. And yeah, oh, 2 diamonds, another golden apple. And then there's so many golden apples. There's so many diamonds. There's so many lapis lazuli and torches too, because they're fun. But there's so many things for you to get on this seed that it's just kind of wonderful. And yeah, I want to show it off in today's video, and hopefully you did all enjoy it. So like the video if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you do like Seed Sunday, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Hopefully this video kind of showed off this thing, encourages you to explore it, and I really feel like this is just such a huge opportunity on so many levels. Like, there's so many chests, I'm finding new ones time after time after time after time. Oh, there's one down there as well, by the way, because there's just so many, either on this version or just in this seed. It's hard to be certain which right now, but it's something you should take advantage of, because there's another golden apple, and then there's more and more and more. And yeah, wonderful seed, wonderful Seed Sunday, hopefully you do agree. And I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.